Mrs. Wilfred Chiamaka. Good afternoon, ma. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We're really happy to have you with us today.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
I've seen your works and how you've been doing a lot with youths as a youth coach, and I must really commend. It's been amazing. Gone through some of your works, and I was really, really enlightened. So on this topic we have today, what do you think has caused this increase in same-sex relationship, acceptance of it among youth? How did we get here? And what do you believe has triggered this shift in mindset among youth?
Okay. When you talk about, or when you ask how we get here, that means there's something we've been upholding before this time. And I must tell you the truth, it's not a particular thing. You can't say it's a particular thing that triggered the whole shift in mindset. It's a process. It's a gradual process that has happened over time. And I also want to say that nothing just happens. There are reasons why things happen in life, and nothing is also new under the sun. So that we are talking about same-sex relationship now, and it's looking as if is an entirely new thing. I must tell us the truth. It's been there. It's not entirely new. It's been there. Just that social media, Western globalization was able to give voice to it, and we are now beginning to reckon with it. So the shift in mindset is just something that has been happening over time, gradually.
Wow.
And I must tell the truth, the major process or the major contributor to this change is westernization and connectivity. We have this platform that we call social media, Facebook, Instagram, that has connected everyone. Do you understand? You can't escape it when it comes to such environment or when you come to such a space.
True.
Because everybody comes with their own ideology. Everybody comes with their own value. Everybody comes with what they think is best. And the more you interact with all those people, the more you interact with their values, unconsciously, something is shifting. You're beginning to question your own. You begin to ask yourself, this person that is doing this person that is doing well, if he could do this too, why not? Why can't I do that? So you see that it's been a series of events that has been happening over time.
So if I heard you right, it means the mind shift didn't just happen. It's been happening.
Of course, gradually.
It's like a gradual accumulation of...
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, ma. Oh, in your view now, what does the growing acceptance of same-sex relationship among youth mean for the future of the country? We are called the giant of Africa. But with the high rate of increase of this acceptance, what does the future hold for Nigeria as a country?
Of course, I must tell you the truth. The future is just... I'm trying to see it as an unending fight that we may not be able to come out of at any moment, because in the country, we have a law that is against it.
Yeah, true.
I get what I'm saying. We have a law that was enacted by the former president. I think that was in 2014. That was in 2014, yes. And because of that, it would generate so many questions. It will generate so many fights. In fact, people that don't even know about it will now want to get involved and want to ensure that it doesn't continue. So there will be this unending fight with our moral values, with our cultural ethics and all that for Nigerians. Then also, I'm also seeing there will be a generational gap.
Wow, what does that mean?
Especially between the younger generation and the older generation.
Wow.
Do you understand? The younger generation, which is the progressive, I call them progressive generation, they are the ones that are crazy about the same-sex stuff. Because they're the ones exposed to Western...
That's the Gen Z
generation. Yes, the Gen Z. They're the ones that are exposed to the Western globalization and all that. But the older generation now, most of them may not have the ideology, most of them, and that was not how they were raised. Do you understand? That was not how they were raised. Then this younger generation are trying to give them 1,001 reasons why they should do this.
Wow.
And the older generation is saying, no, this is not the culture, this is not our value, this is not what we stand for. You see that the fight will always be there.
Yeah.
And once the breach comes, definitely, we'll be losing out. The fight will be so tense. There's an adage in Igbo that says, what an elder sees sleeping. Even if you like climb the highest Iroko, you will not see it. What they're trying to sell to us with that adage is, as much as you can as a young person, get close to an older person because you will learn a lot from them. But shall you see this fight? It will make the youth to run away from the older generation.
Wow.
And if we run away from wisdom, because the older people are more like custodians of wisdom. Do you understand? If we run away from the source of wisdom, which is our elderly people, definitely, I wonder what will be our future. I wonder what our future will be. You see that the struggle will be there. Then even the religion is not even left out. At the wrong run, any religion that do not embrace this will face a whole lot of criticism. I get what I'm saying? They will be criticized. And you see most of them will be forced to either align with them or to remain or to stand, maintain their ground.
Wow.
I get what I'm saying? Yeah. And the pressure to even remain, I wonder how many, because these days everybody's fighting for congregation, fighting for followers, and your followers are leaving because you're not accepting this particular. Definitely you'll be forced to accept it.
The pressure will be so much.
The pressure will be so much. So you see that unending fight in every aspect, because the Gen Zs will want to take over, while the older will say, no, you're not taking over.
Wow, that's interesting. Thank you so much for that, Ma. It said the growing acceptance of same-sex relationship among youths. Could this lead to a breakdown in family structure and social order?
Oh, yes.
Do you share the concern, and if so, how?
Of course, it will lead to a whole lot of breakdown. For example, family, right from day one, it has been defined to be the union, marriage, union of a man and a woman.
Yeah.
You understand? That is the definition. And look at you now trying to come to redefine what you did not define. You get what I'm saying? So it will cause a whole lot of tear and wear in the institution as a whole. Then even the values they uphold.
True.
I get what I'm saying? It will. In fact, I've seen some families that have to get some of their children excommunicated, estranged, because is not part of it. Like, it's not part of our values. So why will you just wake up one day and say you want to get into same-sex relationship, you want to be a gay, you end up tear. Imagine when a family excommunicates two of the children. What's the possibility of that lineage continuing? I don't really understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It will break down a whole lot. And some of them they don't even care, they'll just leave it and go form their own community. I don't know whether I've heard that word, LGBT community. They are forming theirs. They are breaking something to form their own. I guess so it will definitely tear down. Then also the structure that has been put in place for raising children will also be distorted, will also be destroyed. Because I've come to realize that a total child needs to be raised by both male and female partners.
Wow.
I get what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
That is not to talk down on people that lost their spouses or people that left their... No. But in such cases, they have been advised. With time, try to connect this child. Assuming that child is a male, as a woman, try to connect this child to another male figure that will play that fatherly role in his life. If that child is a female living with a male, living with a father, try to connect her with another female figure. Because there's something you don't have. You get what I'm saying? There's something a mother will offer to a child that you can't offer as a man. You can't be the father and be the mother at the same time as a man.
True.
So imagine same sex coming together. Let me say males now. They come together and they say they want to parent a child. Come on, you are denying that child of the motherly care, of the motherly love. I get what I'm saying? And such a child, when he grows or when she grows with just that one aspect, because no matter how you try to be a female, you can't be a female as a man. There are some things that are wired into us biologically. There are some traits, there are some characters we're born with. I get what I'm saying? That just flows naturally. So you may not be able to offer that to your child as a male partner now, trying to behave as a female. You can't. So you end up raising a child that is even more confused, that is unbalanced, will enter the society and don't know what love is. You see somebody, you feel like stabbing the person, you feel like just doing stuff to be I mean, the person's heart will just be hardened. Why? Because it doesn't know what it means to be loved. It doesn't know what emotion means. It doesn't know what care means. It doesn't know what warmth is, which takes only a mother
Wow.
to achieve in a person's
Wow.
life.
Wow. 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 That's really beautiful. It shows all this stems from the family.
Of course.
Yes. If the family actually is in the right structure, we wouldn't have to battle with this same-sex saga going everywhere.
Okay.
Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, ma.
Okay.
Now, about this question. Do you believe the youth embracing same-sex relationship are simply influenced by global trends? Or is there a deeper shift in how Nigerian youths are viewing morality and identity? Is there something deeper that we've not been able to identify?
Okay, of course, beyond global trends, there are also other things that have led to the shift. Do you understand? You can't just say it's because it's global trends. Do you understand? You can also look at the family too. I understand. Family is also another contributor. When a child enters a family where there is no love, where the father is abusive, or where the mother is just, such a person will start considering not even entering marriage at all.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If somebody is born in a family where there is nothing, where there's nothing like peace or love, the person has not experienced love, okay, such a person now comes out, and these people, the LGBT community, now comes to show love to the person, definitely we embrace. Not necessarily because they are good. Do you understand? It has gone beyond trend. Now it's no longer about trend. But because these are the people that extended love to him. These are the people that tried to tell him that this is what family is. And he has no other option than to embrace. Then another thing that I also like to point out is economic instability. Do you understand? Economic instability. In a situation where, the economy is not favorable to the young person, to the youth, you will just try to make it by all means. Yes, you see the person trying to make it by all means. Okay, for example, now there are certain, should I call them hideous acts, where some of these LGBT partners, they come to sponsor some persons secretly, just to recruit as many as possible. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some of them are placed in different offices, you will not know. In the health sector, in the education sector, so many top places. Then you come looking for a job. You've searched for jobs, you didn't get for years. Then you finally got to this point, and they say there's job for you. Under one condition, that you will rub my back, I will rub your back. And the person saying this is your fellow female. Are you get what I'm saying?
Wow.
The person saying this is your fellow female. The person saying this is your fellow male. In fact, there is one encounter that we had in my city of a medical doctor that, extended kind gestures to patients, a certain patient and all that. So later, the patient decided to come and appreciate this medical doctor. He came with a fellow friend just to appreciate. They are males. They are males. So appreciate this male medical doctor. The guy said, come to my house. I would like to entertain you guys in my house. They're like, okay, this doctor is so kind. They went to his house. So when they got there, it was like, sir, we just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for how you helped us, this and that. It's like, no problem. They brought wine, brought fruits and stuff. No problem. As they're about to, they said, no, I would like you to help me with one or two things. I said, okay, we're ready to help. So, can you help me with my dishes? Can you help me with my clothes? My room is untidy.
Wow.
They're like, okay, no problem. We are all guys. No problem. Let's help our fellow guy. The other person was washing plate. The other person was inside. He started making advances. Wow. I'm telling you, he started making advances. A medical doctor practicing in a notable hospital. Do you understand? So imagine if somebody carried his or her CV to meet this person. I said, sir, I need job. I need this. And he's a fellow male. What do you think he was going to offer?
Wow.
He'll tell you, no problem, I'll give you a job, but you will have to also do this. So economic instability and all that can also contribute to the reason why youth embrace
This is
same-sex
really
relations.
powerful. This is really powerful. Thank you so much, ma. And you mentioned something, and which is true. Nigerian law prohibits same-sex relationship.
Yeah.
And we still see young people openly embracing same-sex relationship. Is it that this legal framework is not strong enough to protect Nigerians' moral integrity, or do we need a stronger measure?
Okay, no matter how you try to curtail a matter, be it by law or by anything, it will not in any way eradicate it totally. There will always be some remnants that will be operating either secretly or openly. I guess what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
can't completely eradicate issues like this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Especially
true.
when it concerns or when you can trace it to some economic instability. No, you can't even eradicate it to even be multiplying. But there are some measures I will suggest that can also help. Instead of staying there at the top waiting for someone to commit it, then we'll go and hold the person. Let's go down to our children.
Very important.
I get what I'm saying. Let's go down to our families, because family is the smallest unit. I mean, it's the smallest and the most important unit. Let's go back there. Let's see how we can strengthen the family. Let's see how we. In fact, I had a particular country that pays the women, the mothers especially. They just advise them, don't go to work, don't go looking for work. We are going to pay you. Don't stay at home and raise our children for us.
Wow.
They're not just staying at home, you raising. No, they will educate you. It's not that they will assume you know how to raise, and they'll not tell, okay, go and raise. No. They will call you and they'll have educative programs for the mothers. Then they will now pay them to just stay at home and be raising these children for us. Don't worry, your career, you will still take it up, this and that. Wow. But this is to me, they are much more interested in raising these ones instead of just waiting for them and say, oh, you know that at the long run, some of them will have their head will start knocking. We'll just capture this. They do that, it will not work. No matter how many you capture, no matter, it will still thrive, it will still be there. So, but let's get down to the roots.
Wow.
Let's get down to the schools. Let's get down to, the teachers. Let's see how we can empower them. Let's get down to the religious body. How do we empower them to be able to nurture these people? Because I tell you the truth, it is based on the values we have that you can say, okay, this is the good, this is what I want for myself, this is what I want for myself. But if it's not there, if there are no inbuilt values, if there are no inbuilt, anything goes for you. I'm telling you, anything will go for such a person. But when you have over time cultivated your own value, your own principles about life, it will be easy for you to
navigate
life. Yeah.
True. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. And I think you even answered the next question we have, so we'll move on to the next.
Okay.
The movement, this LGBTQ movement has become a topic of global discussion. In your opinion, is it the responsibility of Nigerian religious and community leaders to take a stronger stance on this issue? Like you mentioned about going to the roots, the family, the religious aspect of it. Now, whose responsibility is it to actually take a stronger stance on this? Is this the religious or the community leaders? And if so, how do they go about this?
Okay, like I said, we have to go back to the roots. And when you come to the roots, you have the family, number one. Then we also have the schools. Then we have the religious organizations and all that. But let me just talk more on the religious organization, because I've come to realize that religious organizations have a say in the policies of the government. I guess what I'm saying. I don't think I've seen any governing council that is against. In fact, most of their acts or whatever thing they pass across are being deduced from religious beliefs.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it's holistic.
True.
Most times the beliefs are holistic. Do you understand? So actually, since the religious bodies knows that, see, our voices matter in this issue, then they should try to look for ways to make it stronger. I get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They should just look out for ways to make it stronger. And one of those ways is, religious organizations, our principles are based on love.
Yeah.
They're based on compassion. They're based on mercy. So we should utilize this, our culture. We should utilize this, our core value, our core message, to reach out to these people. Reach out to them with a message of love. Like I said, most of them join because of lack of that love, because they're looking for it. Reach out to them with that love. Reach out to them with that compassion, with that merciful, I want to help this person. Because I tell you, most of them are not enjoying that life. Yes, most of them are not enjoying it, but because They don't have any other opportunity because they're just doing it. So, but when we propagate, when we extend love to them, with the message of the gospel, teaching them, explaining to them, the outcome, the benefits, the of following Christ or of ensuring that they live a pure life, most of them will embrace it.
Yeah, true.
I'm telling you, most of them will embrace it. So them embracing love to reach out to these ones are very important. Then trying to give listening ears to these ones. Lend listening ears. I mean, most times we tend to condemn instead of correct and educate.
Wow.
Because most of them do all those things out of ignorance, out of pressure to make money, to make ends meet, and all that and all that. When you now come with the message of condemnation, you've lost that person totally.
True.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But when you come with the message of compassion, oh, I'm not here to condemn you. I want to just enlighten you. I want you to know, the merits of towing this path. Not because I want to judge you, but because I want to help you. I get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we come from that angle, it will definitely help in curbing these activities.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really, really powerful. That's really powerful.
Thank
And
you.
I really hope that will be implemented, because I think it will really go a long way to curb this.
Of course.
And social media. We know it's a powerful tool that shapes the
Yeah,
opinion,
of course.
wow, among youths. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and the rest of them. How do you think this platform influence youth to encourage and to be fans of same-sex relationship? How does this influence get at youths, and how can it be countered? Because we know that it's a platform that all youths, virtually all youths, are engaging in, and they have this opinion of Adam and Steve, no longer Adam and Eve. So how do we counter this? And is this a huge influence on youth? And if yes, how can it be countered?
Of course, social media is very huge influence. We've always have issue of peer pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, because this person is doing this, because this person is doing that, I would like to also do this, I would like to also get that. Not knowing that it may not even be real, it may be fake. I don't know whether I've heard this common saying that social media life is fake life.
Yeah,
That kind of, so most times we tend to consume whatever thing we see unintentionally, unconsciously. Do you understand? And that is being achieved by the tool of media, the tool of television, visuals, and pictures. And I mean, they are powerful tools.
Very powerful.
And you get what I'm saying? That within few seconds, you've seen something that can change your ideology. So social media is very powerful. That is just it. And the truth of the matter is that we can't talk them out of using social media. It has come to stay.
Yeah.
In fact, it will keep increasing. And you get what I'm saying? It will keep increasing. But how to now curb it should be our focus.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It should be our focus. And the first thing I'm presenting is media literacy.
Wow.
Yes, media literacy. We must learn to educate our youths on how to be media literate. That you are illiterate, academic literate, does not mean you are media literate. You can be an illiterate when it comes to media. I'm telling you the truth.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That does not mean that you are media literate. So we have to consciously educate instead of telling them, hey, stop using, so I don't want to see you in TikTok. They are not doing anything useful in TikTok. I don't want to see you kini. Instead of wasting, because they will be there.
Yeah.
Rather, tell them, teach them, educate them on how to use TikTok and use it maximally. Educate them on how to use Facebook, educate them on how to use Instagram, or how to use some of it. And media literacy involves you being able to siphon information you get from media. You don't consume everything. When informations come, when you get a particular information from, let there be a critical thinking. Okay, this person that is projecting this, what does he have in mind? Yes, this is comedy, but this person has a message.
Yeah.
Every content out there has a message.
True.
They are promoting something. So you should be aware of that fact that not everything outside there is for building up your values, it's for building you personally. No, not some of them are just, are just there to catch fun, and they don't mind if they're making you or destroying you. Just to make money. Some of them are just there to make money. They don't care whether they are selling the right value or they don't care. They just want that money that they will generate from your views and from your likes and stuff like that. So, but when you watch it with the mindset of, oh, this person may have this motive. This person may have this motive. Okay, if this person is always pushing this content, I should stop following this person. Because what the message is passing across is not what I need. It's not about, hey, let me laugh, or hey, let me. No, it's not about it. It's all about your development, your personal development. How is this thing helping me as a young person? When we have that mentality, when we go into media with that mentality, it will help us a whole lot.
Wow.
I get what I'm saying. It will really help us. Then also, some restrictions can also be put. I mean, contents that are anti-values, anti-Nigerian values should be curbed. I get what I'm saying.
Yeah, true.
Do you know that, oh God, it's quite unfortunate, but actually there are certain content that the media house will decide not to air because they think it will reduce their productivity or it will reduce their revenue, even though it is against the moral values of the people around them, of the people, of their viewers, of their followers. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's quite unfortunate. But there's one of my mentors that said something that at some point they decided to put up billboards to talk against pornography, to talk against, stuff like. He said within 24 hours they were asked to bring it down.
Wow.
They're like, but we are spreading a message to curb pornography, to curb some of these vices. Why are we? But because they think, oh, people promoting this will not promote our product, will not. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but if we should be true to ourselves and we really want to fight this, then we should put certain restrictions on certain contents that are being put out there.
Wow.
And I mean, stand firm in it, we just put it out and we stand firm on it, no matter who is doing it.
Wow, that's really beautiful. And I think the part of standing firm is really, really important because it doesn't stop at implementing certain rules and regulation, but if there is no firmness and ensuring that those things continue, there might be maybe occurrence of what we've been trying to curb. That's really beautiful. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. Okay. What do you think is the best way for Nigeria to preserve its traditional values and protect the youth from what they see as harmful influence of LGBTQ movements? You just talked about enforcing a lot of rules and social media literacy, being able to guide people on how to use social media and how to really check what they are viewing and how helpful it is to them, their moral values and all that. So how do we go about this? What do you think is the best way for Nigeria to recover its traditional value? Because gradually it's slipping out of our hands and we really have to do something about it. So what do you think can be done?
One thing I will suggest is that our educational curriculum should be checked again. Of course. There was a time I heard that civic education was removed, or was it moral instruction was removed, but our educational curriculum needs to be checked. It should be value-based and not just, let me just impact knowledge, how to 1 + 1, 2 + 2. In the midst of that 1 + 1, teach me how this mathematics also applies to life.
Wow.
I get what I'm saying. I strongly believe that beyond all those things they teach in social studies, there should be a life application of all those things we learn in social studies, we learn in art, they should make it value-based. And it takes a whole lot of intentionality to achieve that. I get what I'm saying. It takes a whole lot of intentionality for you to say that, okay, we'll have a curriculum for our children and the teachers will also be trained in that light.
Very important.
I get what I'm saying. We have to start on time to communicate this. If from what you have taught me in school, I've been able to have right perception about life, it will be very difficult for someone to buy me over with money.
Yeah, true.
Because I have been taught right from when I'm young that It is not all about it. Do you understand? It is not all that even if I didn't get a job, I can manufacture my own. I can start my own. But we know, but in this country, we are all consumers. We are looking for who we produce so that we're going to work for them. We're going to work for them. Like I said, the educational system needs to be checked. I mean, it needs to be revamped again. We should communicate to children right from the one that we're not teaching you to become servants at the end of the day. We're teaching you that when you grow, manufacture something, be a producer, be an entrepreneur. You understand what I'm saying? We should start early.
Wow.
So if Nigeria should do anything beyond all these legal actions against those people, let us come down to raising the next generation intentionally. Intentionally. Then beyond schools, we should also look into religious sectors too. You know that definitely these people control a certain number of people.
Yeah.
Can you invite them for certain trainings? Do you understand what I'm saying?
True.
I strongly believe that at least in every church there should be coaches. There should be mentors. I mean, people that are trained to handle other aspects of the congregation, not just the spiritual aspects now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Not just the spiritual aspect, but when they are not exposed to such trainings, when they are not exposed to such practices, they'll be handicapped.
True.
They'll come to church and they will receive the spiritual help, and they'll go back battling with their emotions, battling with all those questions and identity and all that.
Wow.
So they should look into, especially the educational sector, and get it revamped from nursery, not just secondary school, from nursery, primary, because values are being communicated as early as that.
Wow.
Telling you.
Wow. That is really powerful.
We need to start early.
You really touched this other question that said, how do you suggest Nigerian parents, teachers, and community leaders handle the conversation around LGBTQ movement, and same-sex relationship in a way that doesn't alienate or shame young people? You talk about being able to speak to them, have a calm conversation with them, and help them understand why they shouldn't, right? And not condemn. When we come with that condemnation kind of conversation, it throws them off balance, and they don't want to really confide in anybody.
And them having that understanding is very, very important. When you check some of our teachings, it's all about don't do this, don't do that. Don't do this, this is bad, this is terrible, and the child is asking how, why. You cannot offer the why because you don't even know. You get what I'm saying? So many parents are ignorant of LGBT. In fact, there's one guy that said that when he told the father that he's dealing with drugs, he said that was the early stage that was battling with drugs. He told the father, I'm battling with coke. So you don't know what I'm talking about. Wow. I was like, sir, I'm serious. So you don't know what I'm talking about because there's no coke in this country. But there is a serious law against coke. The father was talking out of... The child could not talk again. No.
Has it been in Nigeria?
That was how... No, I think it happened some years back, not recently.
Okay.
Because the person sharing the story now should be in his mid-40s or something.
Okay.
But it happened when he was a teenager. Do you understand? And that was how he grew with that addiction. Because the father was, at that moment, was not educated. That, it's not about that there is a law against this thing. It's the fact that this is where we are now. It has been smuggled in. There are ways to get it inside, so it can, even your child can even get it without you knowing.
Yeah.
So parents should be educated. They should, even if nobody educates, they should go for it personally. What is happening? Check out what is happening. I get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They've entered schools now. These people now, they've entered secondary schools, boarding schools, paying the teachers to promote this thing. Do you understand? But if as a parent you're educated on this thing and you know that look at how they penetrate, they don't come with black gown and horns, that they are so friendly. That's LGBT for you. They are friendly people. They can be friendly. And that's the message they pass across. We are a lovely community. You don't understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have that understanding as a parent, it will help you to call your child. How is your teacher? What is your teacher saying? This and that. In fact, it will help them to educate the child even earlier than before the whole thing will start coming. It will help them to get much more aware of the whole situation. It's the child that will even come and report whosoever that does that around. So like, see, oh, look at what my teacher is saying. Mommy, that thing you said about these people.
Yeah.
You know my teacher. I'm suspecting my teacher. Because you've educated the child beforehand. But if you don't know anything about it as a parent, or as a school owner, or as a religious leader, as a youth leader, you don't know any of all those things. Under your nose, those people, they will come and be captured. They will be captured and they will be members of that community under your own nose, and you will not know. So us getting enlightened first is very, very powerful.
Which means parents must be very observant about trends.
Of course.
So they are able to curb it from the start.
Yes.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has really been an interesting and educating time here with you, Ma. Okay, and this next question is, given the growing global support for LGBTQ rights, what do you see as Nigerian role in international conversations about human rights and sexuality? Can we maintain our cultural identity while engaging with global rights movements?
Of course, we can, although it may not be easy.
Yeah.
You understand? But definitely we can.
Okay.
And since it's something we oppose, since it's something we have over time tried to, shun in our own community, of course, it can, the same thing ought to be, presented to the Western community or the Western country too. Do you understand? I think Nigeria, at least economically, has a level of, relevance there. So to an extent, they can listen. But let them see the strong measures you are taking. And also, you will definitely review your results. You will definitely show your results for them to also buy into whatever thing you are selling. You can't be telling me it's working when you are suffering from the same disease. You get what I'm saying? So there should be that balance.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. And lastly, for young Nigerians who are questioning their sexuality, what message do you have for them? And how can they navigate their identity while staying true to Nigerians' cultural and religious principle? This is a very important question. I know that most of our viewers will really be keen at listening to this answer, because I know that a lot of people might be battling with this, but because they can't speak out and because they don't have parents or leaders who are open to conversations without condemning them first off. So they tend to keep these things to themselves. So if there's a viewer like that watching us right now, what do you have to say to that person?
Okay, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, what is actually the source? What is the source of this perception I'm having towards my identity? I guess what I'm saying. What is the source? Did it come as a result of lack of parental love? Did it come as a result of my seeking to be affirmed? Did it come as a result of me being accommodated in a particular society, to be employed in a particular sector? I get what I'm saying. Where did it come from? Or did it come just as a result of normal adolescent reactions? When you are turning into puberty and all that, there are certain things you are noticing about yourselves. You're questioning so many things. Why am I like this? Where did it come from? What is the source of these questions? If you're able to determine, or if you're able to narrow it down to where it's actually coming from, it will help you to solve it. I get what I'm saying. For example, if yours is lack of parental love, because I've seen cases where the reason why this person started going for same sex, or is a man but wants to become a woman, because he grew in an environment where ladies are always appreciated. He would dress up for an occasion with the sisters. And the sisters will come out and they will be hailing them. Oh, you look so beautiful. You look so pretty. This is and that. And nobody will tell him anything. I know that thing is very common amongst us. Like, it's very common in our society. We rarely tell guys, oh, you look stunning. Oh, you look sharp.
Especially from their parents.
I'm telling you, without strings attached. Most ladies that knows that they have something, but is not common amongst us. So the guy said, he kept hearing that about women, they kept complimenting the sisters, and he started thinking about that. He said, okay, if actually you need to be a lady to be complimented, to look fine, why can't I be one?
Wow.
It's not better for me to be one. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or maybe it can even come from all those gender roles, they're telling you that to be a man no easy, this and that, and you start considering becoming a woman in the hands of another man. Do you understand? So you ask yourself, what is the source? Where is this thing coming from? If you can narrow it down to the source, Then you make it bare. You tell yourself, okay, this is where this thing is coming from. Now let's handle it. How do I go about love? Should I go about it in the wrong direction, or should I go about it in the right direction? I get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've come to realize that love is one of the strongest weapons in attracting or winning a person's soul or a person's heart. Is a very strong weapon. I get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So most cases is even love issue. So you ask yourself, how do I get this thing solved? How do I get it? How do I get it handled? And in such cases, you always advise meet a therapist,
Very important.
not those peers around you. Some of them will talk you down. Some of them will even lead you to the wrong direction,
Yeah.
and all that and all that. Look for a therapist that will counsel you on how to go about it, on how to handle those traumas, on how to handle those down moments. Then also turn to your creator. That you were born a male is not an accident. There is a purpose for that.
Yeah.
That you are born a female is not an accident. There is a purpose for that. It's beyond fulfilling our emotional desires.
Yeah.
It's beyond, trying to get into some of the things, trying to find yourself into one loving. It's beyond that. There is an assignment. There is a purpose. I get what I'm saying? And that is what you have to trust him to reveal to you. Until you get that assignment ironed out, you always question it.
Wow.
I get what I'm saying? So meet a therapist, then also don't forget to go to God and trust him to reveal your real self to you. I'm a man. Why did you make me a man? What do you want me to do for you with this, my sexuality? As a woman, why did you make me a woman? What do you want me to do for you with this thing? And not what the society is saying, and not what, not you trying to prove a point to somebody. Because some of them get into it because they want to prove a point.
Yeah.
They want to counter the fact that what a man can do, a woman, they want to counter it that we can do it and do it much more better. They are trying to prove a point. That's why you became a man. Or that's why you decided to be a man in a relationship. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you check it and go back to your maker. If this is what he's telling, then embrace it. I get what I'm saying? Embrace it and trust him to help you with time. Then there are also people, when you check, you notice that it is because you want to run to a safe haven. You think it's greener, the other pasture. I'm telling you think the other pasture is greener. I've heard there's one notable celebrity that was saying something like that he started out, just trying to market his product. As a male, he was selling female stuffs, female cream, female clothes, female shoes.
Yeah.
So he was just marketing. So he usually wears those clothes, uses all those creams, So he was telling one of the interviews, he said, don't worry, my future wife, don't worry, one day I'll come back to myself. By the time I'll make this money, I'll come back to my senses. I'll become that man again. I'll come and marry you.
So
We'll
it's about the money.
we'll have a good family together. Have our children, this and that. But now that same person is now saying it's better to be in this line because they are favored. He says it's more beautiful to be. It's more rewarding. Let me use that word. It's more rewarding to be a woman than to be a man.
Wow.
Because it's so easy for women. If there's no money and you want to go to the street, it will be so easy to get a man that will carry you for one night and pay you huge amount of money. But as a man, if you want to come and prostitute, it will be difficult to find a woman that will be looking for. I get what I'm saying. So they think it's greener.
Yeah.
The other side. So if that is what is pushing you, you ask yourself again, am I actually living for that? Is that the reason why then if that is your problem, don't worry, come, we'll settle you. We'll establish that business for you and make you stay. If that is what you're looking for. I get what I'm saying. So you see that it's just all about sitting down to ask yourself, where is this thing coming from? I'll be able to pinpoint where it's coming from. Then you go to the right sources to help you handle it.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. This is really enlightening and interesting. I've really had a good time with you here. And to you, our viewers, if you are in that category and you're questioning your sexuality, you've just heard what our guest just said. I think you should stick with that. And I strongly believe that you'll get through it. You'll be able to navigate successfully and be that person